So let me just start off by saying that this is my sister, Christina.
Hello, everyone.
And today, while Bonnie isn't here, we are filming a bit of a different episode, maybe. And we thought that we would inform you guys that may know the two of us from when we used to clog dancing, that is, about what happened to Christina and why we stopped doing it. Because she had a health matter come up.
Yes, serious health matter.
Serious health matter that took us all by surprise. And we just thought that in case any of you all are having anything that you might wonder about, or anything that pertains to similar symptoms, that you might want to know about these things, and just, hey, what happened to these two people, that we would let you all know. And we also want to say that we are not health professionals, that if you are having symptoms, please, please, please contact your doctor and ask them. This is just what we went through, what she went through. So yes, we hope you all find this information informative, and thanks for watching. Okay, Christina, so why don't you tell everyone what type of tumor you had?
Okay, the type of tumor that I had is called a schwannoma, and generally what that type of tumor is, it's a benign tumor, so it's non-cancerous, and it's a slow-growing tumor. It is a tumor of the nerve sheath, or the covering of the nerve, and it's usually found in the head or neck. The neck is more rare than the head, I believe, is what the doctor said. It occurs in, actually, believe it or not, 25 to 40% of cases. They originate from the vagus nerve, which is one of the longest of the 12 nerves in the nervous system, and they actually can compress the nerve fibers and cause paralysis, and that's what happened to me. I ended up paralyzed completely. There's a lot of controversy about the recurrence rate between either taking it all out or just the nucleus of the cell. After surgery, generally the follow-up is about 3.5 years, but because there's still a small piece of tumor that they had to leave and put a patch on, I'm at 5 years, and hopefully, cross your fingers and say a prayer that after this next MRI I won't have to have any more unless the doctor needs me to come in or I start having new symptoms.
Okay. When did your symptoms start, and could you describe them for everyone?
Okay, well, at the time, I didn't actually know that it was a symptom of the tumor, but what it started out with was severe neck pain, and to the point where I was like taking a ton of Advil just to get through my day. Then slowly over time, I started getting a weird sensation in my arm, my left arm. And it was like I knew that I was touching it, but I didn't know if someone else was touching it if I closed my eyes. And from there, it progressed into down the left side of my body and then the right side of my body.
Okay. Could you tell everyone, did you try any treatments before your diagnosis?
Well, before we realized that these were all symptoms of this type of tumor and the location of it, I tried going to chiropractor to get adjustments, because we thought maybe it was a pinched nerve in my neck, because I've been to a chiropractor before and I have tech neck from looking down at the screen so much, so we thought, okay, well, maybe it's that. That helped a little bit, but not enough to notice a major difference. And I also tried neuromuscular massage therapy. These are specialized massage therapists. And that's really all I did before I went to a doctor.
Okay. When you went to a neurologist, what did they tell you, and what was your diagnosis?
Okay, well, I'm not going to name any names because it's just, I don't feel the need to. I went to a neurologist finally in, I believe it was, all these symptoms started, it was close to several months. By the time I went to the neurologist, I was paralyzed. That was in January of 2013, I believe. And without doing an exam, without doing basic testing, he misdiagnosed me with Lou Gehrig's disease, or ALS. He basically said that there was nothing that he could do for me, and that I should really get my affairs in order and go home and prepare for the end of time, because with the progression of my symptoms, he didn't think I had more than probably another year left, if that.
Okay, what was your reaction, and did you accept the diagnosis? Did you seek a second opinion?
I don't think I fully accepted the diagnosis, and luckily Holly and my husband at the time were going to the doctor with me. Holly is a research junkie, and she knew something wasn't right. My husband at the time and I decided that we wanted a second opinion, and that would have been at Emory University in Atlanta. He finally decided to do a nerve conduction study because they were going to need that anyway. And that was painful. Very painful. For me anyway. Then he decided, well, they're going to need an MRI anyway. He was very nonchalant about the whole situation, that we were just grasping at straws. There was nothing anyone could do for me. So when he finally did the MRI, I didn't want to do contrast because I have severe migraine headaches, and I was afraid that it was going to trigger a migraine. So I get in there, they had to transfer me to the bed because I couldn't move on my own. And they did the MRI, and they said that Holly and my husband at the time said that the radiologist ran out to them, said, we found something on the MRI, we need to do this contrast. Will you sign the paperwork to do it? He signed the paperwork, and within probably, I would say, an hour or so of being done with the MRI, they immediately called from the doctor's office, said I needed to come in because they found something on the MRI. So we went back in, and it turns out there was the tumor sitting there. It was compressing my spinal cord probably, I would say 90 to 95%, which is the paralysis. Mm-hmm. And within a matter of minutes, I was at the hospital and they were checking me in, and they were going to do surgery.
Did the neurologist ever advise you of any medications or treatments?
He said that there were medications, but they were extremely expensive, and we won't even get into that because that's a whole different realm of frustration for me, is medication pricing. He said that probably would only prolong things for a little while, and it wouldn't make any difference. Mind you, that was all before we had the MRI and the tumor diagnosis.
Hey everyone. Well, I hope you found that information informative, or at least you now know what happened to us in the clogging community. And I hope that you stay tuned, because we will be filming a part 2 to this. And bye.